We Evil Genius 2 players are a tactical bunch, keeping tight reins on the finances and designing our lairs with ruthless efficiency. But what happens when you go all in on your genius's inner sanctum and build them the palace they actually want? Let's take a look at 4 absolutely ridiculous designs. Ah, the inner sanctum. If the control room is the beating heart of every lair, then the sanctum is surely the brains of the operation. And much like each of our evil geniuses, no two are the same. Today we are going full Kevin MacLeod as we build and decorate each of the evil geniuses' inner sanctum to perfectly suit their needs and taste. From using feng shui to play mind games to Marie Kondo'ing the meeting rooms, we cannot wait to see the look on Red Ivan's face when we reveal his new, rather busy evil lair. Before we go full extreme makeover, however, do consider hitting the subscribe button and the notification bell so you never miss another video from us.
Evil minds think alike.
If you've never played an Evil Genius game, the one thing you need to know about Max is that he's taken childhood bullying and used it as rocket fuel for world domination. To say he has a bit of a chip on his shoulder as a result of being slighted in his younger days is a bit like pointing out that the sea's a bit wet. The man's got the drive and crushing will of a tech billionaire, and is not even pretending to enrich your life with a slab of silicon or a website for uploading food selfies. And I think that goes a long way towards explaining Max's inner sanctum, where the first thing you see, actually the first 4 things you see, are a giant letter M rendered in solid gold, where life-size busts, again made from solid gold, of Max himself bookend his meeting table, and where he greedily hoards stolen art even though it's actually intended as a lure for rogues. Max has positioned his throne overlooking some of his favourite ill-gotten loot, which he finds tends to keep him occupied between trips to the coffee machine and rides on the pig that we all agreed not to speak about. And yes, that is the Declaration of Independence, thanks for noticing. It's a bit of an odd layout though, isn't it? No idea why Max wanted such a convoluted system of rooms and corridors. I guess we'll never know.
You know that feeling you get when you're approaching someone you know, say you're walking towards each other on the street, or you've seen them at the other end of a corridor, but you don't know how close you should get to them before you wave. Awful, isn't it? Wave too early and then you face an awkward silence as you approach one another, plus the face cramps from politely smiling. Wave too late, however, and you just seem like you're menacingly approaching your acquaintance in silence. No one comes out of those situations feeling good about themselves. No one, that is, except Emma. She loves watching people squirm, struggling to keep a grasp on social etiquette. In fact, Emma's favourite colour is that violent shade of red your face will go as you realise the person you've waved at isn't even someone you know. So much so, in fact, that we've designed Emma's entire inner sanctum around this one faux pas. By placing Emma's desk at the end of a very long and narrow inner sanctum, any minion that deigns to enter will face an excruciatingly long walk, during which they'll begin to lose any momentum of confronting Emma on the poor sleeping conditions or undercooked canteen food, finally arriving at her desk as a shell of the minion that first walked through those heavy wooden doors. Somehow the walk back out of the inner sanctum, as a husk of the person that once was, feels even longer. We've also lined the walls with bookcases and candelabras, lovely aren't they?
In Soviet Ivanua, this builds you. Red Ivan loves a scrap, let's face it. His solution to everything from invading agents to blocked plumbing is to lever the thing in question with loads of rockets. What we've plumped for under his instruction here is an armory built within the entrance to his grand inner sanctum. Not only does he have a load of muscle sitting around at the table, but he's also able to assemble a full military parade's worth of hench at the drop of a hat. Or rather, at the press of a red button. But you know what? The disgraced former leader of Ivania isn't all about bloodshed and war and bellowing. He's 90% that, don't get me wrong, but a look inside his inner sanctum reveals a kindlier, more human Ivan. A leader who bestows any guests waiting to see him with the greatest gift he knows: warmth. It was so cold in Ivanua that rumour has it he used to suck an ice cube to warm up as a youngster, so it's a caring touch to keep his guests lovely and toasty. Such a confluence of space heaters actually makes sitting here unbearable to the point of dangerous, but no one's dared mention that to him. Here is his art collection. Look, well, you can't go wrong with the classics. And over in this corner we have Ivan's very own museum, which minions are free to visit anytime they like. There's Mishka, the world's oldest bones, the sands of time, the sword in the stone, and that's actually just a normal coffee machine. It makes a great macchiato though. The most surprising touch of all is that Ivan set up the lair's staff room within his own inner sanctum, which means it's always teeming with company. From up there on his throne, he gregariously watches minions watching him, watch them, watch TV. There's also a video game system, but no one dares use it. Besides, all of the instructions are in Ivanuan. Now, will someone please get Red Ivan his coffee?
You may not know this, but Zalika is actually incredibly intelligent. Oh, you did? What gave it away? Was it the outfit? The fact she can fix broken machinery in an instant? Or perhaps it was her, oh, she told you. Yeah, she does tend to do that. In honour of Zalika's seldom mentioned genius, her inner sanctum is designed to make anyone who enters it feel intellectually inferior. Why are the walls lined with Newton's cradles? Bless you, if you have to ask. From the moment you step through Zalika's hypnotic and heavily reinforced doors, you'll be confronted with endless contraptions, each more intricate and complicated than the last. Even the plants in Zalika's inner sanctum are impossible to keep alive. Fingers crossed she doesn't go away and ask anyone to sanctum sit. The inspiration behind Zalika's new inner sanctum isn't just to intimidate even the brainiest of science minions, but also to keep Zalika's mind active. Being the genius that she is, Zalika isn't as easily mentally stimulated as you or I. Funny cat videos just don't pack the same punch when you've already predicted the exact trajectory of said feline based on wind resistance and body weight, and are well aware that there's no way that cat will make that jump. However, with endless screens, experiments, and Iris and the dodo to keep Zalika company, it might keep her from chastising her minions for, if we're lucky, about 5 minutes.
So as we retreat into our own private inner sanctums, which mainly contain dairy milk wrappers, SNES cartridges and shame, the sun sets on another video. But we'll always be back with more, and you can make damn sure that you see them by subscribing to us and hitting the bell. Tell us any pro tips you figured out about sanctums down in the comments, leave us a like if you're moved to do so, and we'll catch you in the next one.
I must take matters into my own hands.